Zoom calls, and using lots of bribery and too much iPad time to accomplish my mission. At night, I'd be so exhausted I would use the voice-to-text function on my computer to write. Then, inevitably, one of my kids would need something in the night, and I'd wake up to find words like, "Mama, Mama, Mama," inside my book because I'd abandoned my computer but left voice-to-text on. One time, I came back to my computer to find an entire paragraph about opening popsicles that voice-to-text recorded. I tell you this because although this book will go through rigorous editing, if you find a random mama in the paragraphs, that's why. Writing during a pandemic also fundamentally changed some of my beliefs about money, especially concerning emergency funds. There were also certain stories in the book that didn't seem to fit anymore once I started to hear from people who were suffering. Some stories I initially shared seemed too happy, too inconsequential, or too tone-deaf during a global emergency. I got email after email from people struggling, people losing their jobs, and moms who were deeply unhappy because they were managing the brunt of the labor at home. I've done my best to find some balance, to be empathetic, but also offer a little encouraging push in case you need one. I think mindset is everything, and I know that stepping into a boss mindset and taking control of your finances, even if you've been knocked to the ground during the pandemic, is the first step to recovery. That said, I am not a financial planner or a therapist. I became a part of the finance world when I started writing a blog about my life on a very tight graduate school budget in 2010. That budgeting blog blossomed into a freelance writing business when I started writing financial articles for other blogs and financial companies. Eventually, my business grew to include script writing, video content, influencer work, speaking, and now, writing a book. Disclaimer. Although I've worked with dozens of financial companies through my business, some of which I mention in this book, none of them paid me to be mentioned here. I've also included studies and information from companies I haven't worked with in this book. Even though I didn't go to school for finance, I think the reason my budgeting blog and eventual financial writing business grew is because of how I write about money. I usually include relatable stories in my work. And because I'm not writing from some high-up place on Wall Street, I think it helps my audience easily understand some money concepts. I hope that's the case for you too. My ability to write comes from a lifetime of pursuing writing and reading as my greatest passions. I went to college and graduate school for history because I was captivated by people's stories. I love learning about why humans make the choices they do, which is why the behavioral finance aspect of money is so fascinating to me. My training as a researcher and historian came in handy when my writing clients assigned me articles about topics like mortgages and investing. Even if I didn't know the answers at first, I knew exactly how to find them. And it wouldn't be long before I went down a rabbit hole researching the history of various industries and companies. The Greek word historia means inquiry. I always wanted to know why. Why are things the way they are? Why do people do what they do? Why are some people paid more than others? Why does money have such an impact? What can we learn from past choices? How can our past money choices empower and inform our future ones? Think about it. Money is this one singular object that has impacted history probably more than anything else. It's caused wars, death, shaped politics, and impacted populations for a lifetime. Money has also had life-changing positive impacts on the world through charitable gifts, eradication of disease, and aid. But money is not equal. For centuries, certain sectors of the population, namely women and the Black community, have not had equal opportunities when it comes to banking, homeownership, access to business loans, and investing. The result is not only a wage gap, but a wealth gap. And yet, I keep seeing seeds of hope. Every day, I meet new members of the financial community working hard to inspire positive change. I see women encouraging other women to speak up